and welcome to Fitz on Flix. I am Fitz, this is my friend Murph.
Hey, what's up,
guys, how you doing?
Brave.
Sweet. I want to talk to you all about a movie. We'd like to talk to you about a movie called W, starring the great Josh Brolin and just a slew of other people who make up this movie. Murph, why don't we tell the people what the movie's about first of all?
Let's do that.
I'll start.
Yeah,
We got George W. Bush. He's our president, if you guys aren't aware. It's a 43rd president of the United States, and this tells the story of George W. Bush from his years in college up until about 2004, during his first term as president of the United States, and the adventures and the situations and the loves and the pratfalls and things that go on in this man's life. Basically, it's a story about George W. Bush and our country. Murph, what did you think of this movie?
Well, I like this movie. I think it was, Oliver Stone made this movie, in case you didn't know that. And, I thought going into it that it was just going to be a Bush bash fest.
I thought it would be Bush bash fest.
And it wasn't. It seemed like he was telling it as it really was. Like his younger years, being in the frat, drinking a lot of booze, partying it up, and then just getting older and trying different jobs and eventually becoming president, which is kind of unbelievable as you're watching this movie that this man becomes president.
I looked at this movie and I said, geez, all the drinking he did in college and how he couldn't hold down a job after college for the longest time, and I said, do you know what that sounds like? Sounds a lot like me. So maybe I could become president, and maybe I couldn't, but whatever. It gives me hope. I mean, I can maybe do something besides the show. I really thought, though, like Murph says, I went into this thinking this was going to be a Bush bashing, and really, it wasn't. They kind of paint him out to be more of a sympathetic character, and maybe paint those around him to be a little bit more evil and conniving. I think a lot of people go into this, though, thinking they're going to, they go maybe hating George Bush, and I think a lot of people will still walk out maybe still hating him. People walk in loving him, they'll walk out still loving him, and it's not going to do a lot to change a lot of opinions on Bush. I don't think. I
mean, they do make him out to be a sympathetic character because they have him and his relationship with his father, George Bush Sr.
James Cromwell playing.
Excellent performance by him.
Wonderful performance.
In which W himself seems like he's got daddy issues and he's never good enough for his father. And it seems almost like that's why he wanted to become president, to show his father that he could do it, that he could actually accomplish something on his own.
You bring up a good point. George W. Bush actually, being played by Josh Brolin, he himself might have father issues. His father being the great James Brolin from Amityville Horror fame. Hotel. So perhaps he wants to prove to his father, hey, I can be a good actor too, just like George W. Bush wanted to prove to his dad, hey, I can be president. Same thing. On a sidebar, Josh Brolin's stepmom is Barbra Streisand, who starred in Yentl. I really thought this movie was a surprise. I mean, with Oliver Stone, the one problem I may have is this movie, I think, maybe came out a little too early. I think maybe put this movie out a year or two down the road so we can actually get to the end of George W. Bush's presidency and just see how the whole thing ends. I mean, I think we know how it ends, but let's see it to its conclusion, then we'll make a movie. I think it was a little too soon. No,
I think I like your idea. I think that it came out at a different time. I just think it came out too late. I think that Oliver Stone should have put this movie out before he became president. Therefore, we would have known what we were getting ourselves into.
We would have known no weapons of mass. We would have known if we had only seen this movie back in like 1999. That's an excellent point.
And also he was constantly eating too.
He was eating a lot, and you know what you bring up too. I mean that's similar. Oliver Stone, you actually have a history of this. It's like The Doors. If you had made The Doors perhaps a little earlier, perhaps Jim Morrison wouldn't have done all the drugs and died when he did because he would have seen the movie and said, I shouldn't do this.
Absolutely.
Same with George Bush. So you bring up you're smart.
Thanks.
So, that being said, Murph is smart. I'm Fitz. This is Murph. And we're saying, CW, it's all right. It's good. We've seen a lot of bad movies lately, so maybe we're just happy this is kind of okay. So, check us out on fitsonflix.com. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.